What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Aisle Files special Bachelor Recap Edition. As we said, we're going to be doing these Tuesdays episodes while The Bachelor is airing for Peter season. We'll see how it goes from there. Maybe it will be a new thing forever and ever. And we're going to kick it off with a great episode, if I do say so myself. My friend January Jones joins me to recap episode 1 of Peter's season. Great episode. Let's not get into it too much before we kick it off with January. But it was great, the episode. Rochelle, how are you?
That was a crazy first episode. I thought Hannah was just going to come on and be like, hi, teased you all and leave. And then she ended up breaking down.
It was great.
Yeah.
And we discuss it in more detail with January.
January Jones is a huge Bachelor fan.
Yeah.
I knew she was a fan, but I didn't know she had a book of notes.
It's really great. I think you guys will enjoy it. And January is starring in a new Netflix show called Spinning Out, which is fantastic. It's about the world of competitive ice skating.
Who doesn't love that?
I know. I honestly do. It's great. So I hope you guys enjoy this special episode. Don't forget to rate us 5 stars if you so choose. I'm a little wired. I've had a lot of caffeine this morning. Need to calm down. Also, guys, it's a new year, and if you are looking for ways to relax a little bit more, scent your indoor air with non-toxic ways, choose Natural Habits Essential Oils. You can find us at nhoils.com. Our center roll-on is great for headaches. If you are sick of using ibuprofen, it's helped with reducing those and sometimes just stop them from starting. Our release blend is great for help you relax and calming at night and with sleep. Protect for your immune system. Rise for a little boost of energy during the day. You can get 30% off for a new year right now with code January.
Ooh, that's fitting.
And it's the month of January. Also, happy birthday, January. We didn't say that.
Oh,
to her.
yeah. Happy
She
birthday,
just had a
January.
birthday. nhoils.com. Check us out. Other than that, let's get right to it.
And tomorrow.
Gabby Hannah.
Yeah.
Great episode. Thanks for sticking with us 3 days this week. Wow. Should we just get to January?
Yeah, let's do it.
January Jones, everybody. Bachelor recap. Hi, January.
Hi, Nick.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah. I'm
Bachelor fan.
Batch fan.
This is our first dedicated recap show. So you're like the pilot episode of that.
Oh.
Before we would kind of embed it into an episode.
Yeah.
We're dedicating it. So thank you for coming and helping us kick
I'm
this
honored.
off.
Couldn't have picked a better person.
As she pulls out her notepad.
I brought a notebook.
of
Do
the
you
episode.
always-
It's one page, but
Do you always take
then
notes?
I have my manifestations for 2020. But
Aw.
I won't read you those. Okay. Ask away. What do you got?
Wait, how long have you been watching?
Since I had a baby, when I had time,
How'd you get into it?
my parents, my mom had me watch it over Christmas when Xander was like a baby.
It wasn't Dad?
My dad pretends to hate it, but then chimes in. He loves it too. He loves
That's
it.
every guy.
That's every guy. It's just like, I was kind of I never watched before I went on the show, but it was one of those, my friend's wife who signed me up, she'd be watching it, and I was like in the background, like, what are you watching? And then 10 minutes later, I'm like, what is he doing?
Yeah,
You know, like,
you get so sucked in. My dad goes at it like it's a sporting event, you know. He makes his picks and
well, it is a sporting event.
Right,
I mean,
suppose.
when people watch it, and I think they edit it that way too. They want you to pick teams. They want people to
yeah.
draft.
to
But they
draft.
also set it up. Like they set up
Yeah,
the top 5 people.
Oh, do you already know who they are, you think?
right off the bat. Do you
Only
have your-
because of how it was edited.
Oh.
January's absolutely right. You can
I'm not smart enough to figure that out.
if Madison is not in the top 4, that would be the greatest upset of all time, right?
She's not my favorite, but they set her up. But because she had the first date and she met the parents,
Right.
that girl never wins.
I'm not saying she wins.
Oh.
But she might be in the top 5. Yeah.
Yeah, she's top 4 for sure.
4?
Okay. Why isn't she your favorite?
I don't want to talk badly about people, but I just think that she's not the right fit.
Yeah. No, we're not talking badly about anyone. This is just opinion of the character. We apologize for the
How old is Peter? 30?
28.
28. Okay.
It's a young
And most
group.
of the girls are like 20. 24 is
24.
the oldest one, I think, that I saw.
No, there's like a 28-year-old, but I think he gave her the boot or something. It's wild in that show. They're like treated like senior citizens.
I know. That's why I've never submitted myself. But
That's why. That's the only,
that's why.
Yeah.
No, because the one time I asked my publicist, I might have been a little drunk with my parents, but I said, would it be okay if I submitted myself? I could wear a prosthetic nose. No one would know it was me.
Oh my gosh.
And she said only if I never wanted to work again.
What
but
kind of nose would you go with?
just like Nicole Kidman in The Hours or something.
Okay.
I get someone really good,
It's
like
like, you look-
Charlize's person, and
You look a lot like January Jones. I just...
but just not quite.
Just-
Close, but no cigar.
All right.
Until
So
the very end when I get the rose and I'm like, guess what? You just screwed the pooch. Yeah. Now you got this.
so Madison, and and just for
Oh, yes,
that's the
Madison.
thing, we know, like all the women from this season, they're listening right now. I always I feel like I'm
You're
talking.
very confident.
I feel like I'm. No,
Very true.
I know this as a former contestant. They're sensitive. They're new to this. They're digesting all the information. Any episode, anyone who's talking about them,
Yeah.
they're listening. It's,
Okay,
It's
good.
not that
Sorry,
we're
man,
special.
It's not personal.
It's not personal. No, we love you. Anyways, why does Madison
Well,
suck in your book?
I don't think she sucks. I just don't think they're a perfect match or a good match.
Okay, why?
I don't know. She just seems super less mature than him. Like young, just young. I mean, they all seem young because
Yeah.
I'm old, but I think that she's got the same family values maybe, but also, sorry, Peter's parents, but did they set that up or did producers ask them to get their vows renewed? That was like an epic
A
timing.
lot of
Yeah.
I mean, you've told me some things because you're friends with the producers, so
they're the classic
cute.
33-year-old wedding vow renewal.
classic.
33, yeah.
33 years.
Classic.
A lot of people said that. Who cares? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it was probably suggested.
It's just a lot of pressure for her to be at that first date
Yes.
and then like, oh, fuck, I'm at, why? What am I?
Also, keep in mind, she has known him for 6 minutes.
Right.
And then she goes on this date. Surprise.
It's
we're going
almost
to a
unfair
wedding.
because she's being set up for failure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm guessing Peter was very attentive and
Yeah, he said it was the best first date ever. He'll always remember it forever and ever.
A lot of hyperbolic statements this first episode. Everyone, I feel like I've known him forever.
Per usual, though. That's not.
My biggest dig on Madison was that statement of I feel like I've known him forever.
But she's already fully in love.
Yeah,
I know.
some people are like, I know this sounds
that's-
crazy, and I know we don't know each other, but
Right.
she didn't preface anything. She's like, no,
Okay, no offense.
I feel like I've known him forever.
Haven't you said that before on the show?
Oh, called out.
Have I? I don't know.
Probably.
Probably.
Let's look back. There's-
She's a former pageant girl.
There's a lot of that. I mean, I like her pedigree in terms of like she
My
seems
favorite
diverse.
thing about her was like she's super
Basketball?
into sports.
Yeah.
She's athletic. She loves her dad.
Yeah.
That's all very sweet.
Yeah.
That's what's
Maybe
interesting.
I'm just like super negative. Just I just
It's interesting
it
because
seems
she's
I want to see some cracks. Like I like the girls with cracks a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
like the Victorias.
Victoria.
It was not a good night for either of Victoria.
Oh, the puker. Yeah.
The
There's two Victorias.
yeah,
The
one
one that
had
had
a
the
meltdown.
mom and the sister and the
Yes.
one who threw up. Yeah,
Not a great
I
night
put
for
her
either.
down first.
So, though through
What'd you write next to her?
Blonde with mom and sister.
Oh.
I mean,
She
we're
was-
just getting to know them.
she's
I don't know
she's the new Annalise. Remember the girl who was afraid of
My sister's friends with Annalise. She told you that, right?
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
Gina.
And she's yeah, that's too bad for her.
But she did well. Like, people
She
still know
did
who
really
she
well.
is.
Very I mean
Not so well in Paradise though, because it just kept happening.
Yeah.
Annalise was I've met Annalise, she's very sweet, but
Yeah.
like anytime she'd go on TV, she would just be like, I love you. Please love me back.
Right.
Annalise
And desperation is not attractive.
it's funny because and she's very sweet, but like when we do our Ask Nick episodes and like our theme on this podcast, it seems like a lot of the women, they only just want one thing, and that is a guy to like them, and they have no other focus. And Annalise does that, where it's just like she doesn't care, just like me
She
back.
doesn't play any games.
Yeah, she's very sweet, but she just puts herself out there almost too fast and too soon.
Right.
So
And guys love to play games.
yeah, but the Victorias are very pretty. The other Victoria F or whatever.
Yeah.
It was like the first time in her life a guy's never given her undivided attention. When Peter was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't remember anything you said," and she
that
like
was
had a
brutal.
meltdown.
Oh, the wet dry joke. That girl.
I mean, I forgot the joke too. Yeah, but you could tell she was just like,
Well, I could tell that she was given that joke.
Oh.
She didn't want to say it. She's like,
Yeah, she like apologized immediately.
you know
after
what? That
saying
makes a lot of
it.
like,
sense.
so I can't even get through it. Yeah, like
Someone-
I respected her for like just flaking about it.
yeah, but
But then he didn't remember, and then she's like,
and that was
they
like
made me say
literally
that
the
joke
first
and you didn't
time in
remember.
her life that a guy's never been fully attentive to her.
well, she kept saying the girls are so pretty.
Yeah, she was.
It's like everyone's so pretty.
It was like, it's like being a state champion in high school and then getting a
Right.
scholarship and going to college and everyone's a state champion and no one really cares about you. Like
Yeah.
that's what Victoria was experiencing that moment.
Yeah. Is that how you felt?
In college?
No, on The Bachelor. Like, oh my gosh, everyone is so.
Well, it's funny. I felt that when I went to college, that's how I felt. And I remember going into The Bachelor thinking, be prepared for this. And I remember just after like the first couple of seasons, I kind of psyched myself out thinking
After the
I'm going to
first
be
couple
like,
seasons.
I
By
remember-
season 3, I really
really hit my
I really
stride.
found my lane.
I really hit my stride.
Yeah.
I remember like kind of psyching myself out. So once I got there, I was like, oh, this isn't so bad.
Yeah.
But I kind of prepared myself
Yeah.
for that. Oh, what do you think of Peter?
I love Peter.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
Oh.
I sound like everyone on the show. I love Peter. No, I feel like he's a good dude and
You feel like
he's
you've known him
genuine.
forever?
Huh?
You feel like you've known him forever.
No, I don't feel like I know him. He feels like sort of like Ben did, just like super great. I'm glad he gets hit in the head or whatever happens because I think that he needs to have like some weaknesses maybe.
Oh, he's that perfect. He's kissing a
He's
lot.
coming off a little. I think he's kissing a lot because he's not saying no because he doesn't know how to.
I mean, that's one of the biggest misconceptions is that, like, I'm sure he likes kissing the women. They're very beautiful, but like the women will go, they'll get nervous and they don't know what to say or do. So
They just lunge for you,
they just lunge for you and you
Right.
you don't want to be a dick. So you just kind of kiss everyone back.
right?
So he's not the one kissing. He's just not saying no.
He kissed one of them,
Did he go for it? Yeah.
Kelly.
Oh, well, the one he
He knows her.
knows her. Met her at a wedding.
Do
He
you
met her at the hotel I always evacuate to when there's a fire. Yeah, it's a nice hotel. It's got romantic vibes.
you think they hooked up?
I don't know.
No, I don't think so because they would have told us that. 'Cause
I
there
would
was one
agree.
season where they did tell us that.
Season pro. You mean mine?
Oh, was it yours? Maybe. Yeah, someone came on. Was that you?
Yeah.
Oh God. See, they would told us.
I would agree. They probably would have not let that.
They danced though, and then he put her up on the bar.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
So he was like
hot.
reenacting it. But is that what happened, or they just dance?
I think he put her on the bar, didn't he?
Well, I mean, listen, they made out. They didn't like just dance.
That is sort of cheating though, but not as bad as Hannah. I mean, come on.
Should we just get right into your opinions on Hannah crashing?
I just have some questions about Hannah.
Shoot. I mean, I don't know if I
Did
can answer them.
producers go to her and be like, "Do you still have feelings for Peter?" And she's like, sure," and then like show up the first time,
Here's
give him the wings, and then she's like, "I just saw him and I still like him. Can I come back?" And it was the most awkward thing I've ever seen.
here's what I know is that when I've gotten to know Peter just a little bit, I was surprised to find out, and this is right after The Bachelorette, that I just kind of watched the Hannah season kind of thinking Peter was kind of that classic third runner up who he liked Hannah and was like kind of knew maybe she was into Jed and Isla. That's kind of usually how it works. And then he kind of was like, oh, I'm over it. But no, I think he was really bummed and heartbroken into Hannah. And
Peter
so
was my pick for her. They
Yeah.
had the best chemistry.
And so
Jed was third place.
I was kind of surprised when I got to know Peter. It seemed like he was really sincerely bummed. And so my guess is they probably asked Hannah to come on just to kind of shake it up and do that
Right.
whole little wing bit. And I
Right, they
think,
make you think that she's coming
yeah,
in to
like
do the
mess
show.
with the women. And I think when she did, I think they're literally probably watching on camera being like, these two people want to have sex right now.
Right.
And then they probably
So they
invited her
brought her
back,
back.
and just kind of, let's see what
And then
happens.
they made her do something super uncomfortable and she felt stupid, started like ugly crying, and I think he ends up with her.
You do?
You think that's?
I do. I'm spoiling it right now. Because there's one clip of his mom saying, go get her. Go bring her back.
Of course there's that clip, but
Oh, no.
But I think that's about Hannah because there's like a history behind what she's saying.
she won Dancing with the Stars. There's no way she could have filmed.
Oh, she was doing Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
Could she have just come in the finale, though, and got him back?
That's possible.
No, but they filmed that a long time ago.
I mean, listen, it's entirely possible Peter could have gone through the season, not picked someone and called up Hannah when he was done, or they could bring back Hannah at the finale when Peter's like
You
in
mean
his top
the
four.
stuff? The episode we just watched was shot before she did Dancing with the Stars.
During.
She was during. She was probably in LA, done with practice, and that night they probably drove her up to
And so they were filming the show here too.
the first 2 weeks, yeah. And then they got on a plane and took off. There's no way she like joined the show.
No, I don't think she joined the show.
Yeah.
I think he went through the show the whole time, like conflicted, and ends up with her.
That's possible.
Ooh,
That's
romantic.
entirely possible. Peter apparently has been touting that no one's gonna
remember
guess
when
what
Chris
happened.
comes in and he's like, "We've got something to tell you."
Yeah.
At the
They
very
do
end.
that a lot, January. You know?
Yeah,
They're
and
really
he's like,
good at,
"Oh,
like,
I just can't deal this right now." Or maybe he's holding a scar. I don't know, but he's like, he's saying something, and he's like, "Oh, I think I'm gonna pass out," you know. And then his
Yeah.
mom's like, "Go get her, bring her back."
But like that's on the season.
But none
Preview,
of these
the
top
season
5
preview.
picks I have are
Who are your top 5?
Victoria,
Which one?
blonde with mom and sister.
The
Maybe they both
alcoholic
have
mom.
moms and sisters, but you know which one? The one that puked.
I think she should never take off her glasses. When she put those glasses on, it was like
She looks like Demi.
sure, yeah,
I thought she looked exactly like Demi.
not
I took
exactly. There's a
screenshot.
resemblance, but
Blonde.
attractive. But the crying, at least for me, is a little much.
Already.
It's a lot to deal with.
Didn't you pick a puker?
Well, didn't work out, Jan.
Well, I'm just saying.
Uh,
Okay, Kelly with an EY, the one in the hotel lobby.
you think she's top 5?
I do. I think they have a connection.
They have a strong connection and a lot of familiarity. It could be. Yeah, it's a good. Strong
Maybe
pick.
they just need to bone and get it over with. Maybe
Possible.
it's not. Okay. And then Alea, the first one out of the limo, really pretty.
Babe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You think she's top 5? I think she's very attractive, and I think
He ends up with someone with brown hair.
he's definitely into brunettes. That's
Yeah.
I think she doesn't seem as chatty. She's like quiet and cute, and I think after a while, I think other women will.
And I think she's smarter than she's let on because, you know,
But
her
that
grandma said in the letter that she reads books.
that's true.
Okay.
She
Okay.
just might get but it's not like it's what's so hard is that it's like the brown haired Victoria. What's Victoria F? Like you can tell she likes to talk. Hannah Ann is a talker,
I have Hannah Ann next
and that's like goes so far.
because he's not a talker.
It's not about that. It's just he has to talk to like everyone. It's like you need someone to talk back, you know? Because by the end of the night, he's kind of like he's had 15 conversations of like, so tell me about yourself, right?
Right.
And so when
Well,
Hannah,
I don't know any of this.
I'm you know,
I thank you. Okay. So it's important for them to be talkers.
yes,
Good to know. Like for women in general?
no, specifically on
Because
the
I
show.
should be married like 5 times by now then.
I'm a talker too. I sometimes annoy people, but on The Bachelor specifically, it helps.
Just for you to remember them.
That and just like it's
To be outgoing.
because sometimes making out gets tiring, and when you're not but when on that show it's about talking. You
like,
get what I'm saying.
Really germy.
Well, that's
And then I have Madison.
Madison.
And then I have a whole paragraph about Hannah Brown.
What
'Cause
did you
tell
say?
me about
Hannah
Hannah
Ann?
Brown.
Is Hannah Ann?
I think
on
I put Hannah Ann.
Okay, great.
So I have Victoria, blonde, Kelly, Alea, Hannah Ann, and Madison.
That's a quality list. I
I think
think.
that's a good prediction.
And then my
Who's your villain?
Hannah Brown.
Oh.
Also, I have to say, I noticed that no one got like super drunk.
Well, there's a two drink minimum now
Yeah.
every
All
hour
right.
After
All
paradise.
right.
after the.
Is that why they're all drinking like coffee? They all had mugs.
Oh.
Well, no, because it gets cold at night. I mean,
And you're shooting all the way till morning.
all the way morning, all the way, like when I did it, it was first I'll have a drink, then I'll have 2 drinks. Then it was like, okay, well, I can't get drunk because like obviously you're standing there drinking, you know, because it's not because not even a big drink. You just get nervous. And all of a sudden I was like, all right, I'll switch to coffee. It's cold. Then it was, I'm getting wired. I'm drinking too much coffee. Then I just started drinking hot water because it was, you know, I'm trying not to like lose my mind.
Like space heaters or something for you?
No, they don't really care too much about your well-being. No, I'm kidding. They're very nice, but there's only so much they can do, and you can go inside. But they're wearing gowns. These women are wearing gowns,
right?
Yeah. I don't think. Also, if someone got drunk, I think it's kind of I think they're probably over like playing into the drunk person. It's not a good look anymore.
No,
right?
I never thought it was.
I agree.
Okay, I have a paragraph about. I think I already asked these, but did she ask to be on? Was one. Did producers ask her?
My guess is the first time they invited her to do the wing thing.
And then, or she just but they also had to make her do that whole speech about having sex in the windmill 4 times.
Terrible.
No one would voluntarily do that.
That was probably their idea.
And then she felt really dumb.
She didn't have to say it, but everything after that was Hannah Brown.
Right. No, I know.
Yeah.
Because makeup didn't even come touch her up or anything.
She even looked in the mirror. I'm like, you're going to look in the mirror and not wipe
No,
under
because then
your
he's
eyes?
like, would you want to come on? And she's like, wait a second. How do I look? And then like went to the mirror and was like, oh, let me think about this.
I really hated her response there. It was kind of like, eh.
But this is why I have the next thing to say. That she has a power over Peter and she knows it.
Yeah.
And then she must move on if she's not sure because she's been
She's kind of fucking with him.
all of them.
Yeah.
Tyler, all of them.
But yeah, I mean,
And I love that he asked her. He's like, if you liked me or still like me, why didn't you ask me? Why'd you ask Tyler and not me?
yeah, and I was kind of a bullshit response. Well, I thought you wanted to be the Bachelor. It's just like, come on.
Like Tyler didn't? Like,
and she
so
called out Tyler about like he was reaching out. I would love to get Tyler's feedback on how much was Tyler reaching out because I don't remember.
Well, it seems to me Tyler's reaching out to a lot of people.
They could be reaching out to him.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. And
I don't
then-
know. I'm curious about if there's more to that story. But yes, Peter. Good on Peter for.
No,
because
it was
Peter really
good.
likes her. You can tell he's messed up about it.
Yeah, he was very gentle when he said, when I saw the episode where the night before you were sweet and said the 4 times and defended him or whatever, and then the next night she asked Tyler out. So he's like, okay, so that's that.
Yeah.
Because she could ask me out yesterday.
Oh, they're like neighbors.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, when Hannah moved to, like, he mentioned that, right? Like,
oh yeah, he said you moved like 5 minutes away.
he lives, I don't know exactly where he lives, but in a kind of a Calabasas area, and she's
that
she's
was
like
a
10 minutes
vulnerable
away.
thing to ask her.
Again, when Peter kind of told me when I met, he did a blood drive, and I was kind of surprised. He was like, "Yeah, Hannah moved next to me," and I'm like, "Yeah," because I kind of thought it was like, "Yeah, sure,"
Aww.
and you could tell he was like. You know, like you would if you broke up with someone and you found out your ex moved next door, and you'd be
And
like,
he's just being super respectful, not reaching out.
yeah,
Or he
no,
knew
he
his-
just, yeah. I mean, he was probably going through the casting process, and he was probably obviously under consideration for The Bachelor. Also, to Peter's point, he didn't hear from her.
Right.
You know, there's all these kind of rules. He's probably in the dark about what's going on with this whole Jed stuff. He doesn't know. Like, you don't want to reach out because you don't. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
So he was definitely bummed out about it.
So what's Hannah's deal?
What is Hannah? I mean, Hannah's had a tough run in terms of the dating stuff. It didn't work out with Jed. I think she shot her shot with Tyler. He kind of was like, eh. And that's how it kind of comes across as like, just
no
keep
one
going
wants
down
to
the
be-
list.
Yeah, no one wants to be, oh, I'm your second choice. Oh, I'm your third. Yeah, great.
But now you're the Bachelor, so hey, you know, like
Yeah.
I'm here and I'm going to cry. And then she's really putting a lot on Peter. Like,
Yeah, it's sort of rude.
let's assume, just for argument's sake, that Hannah's like, sure, I'll come on. That would anarchy.
The women were like running around like cockroaches.
You
when she
did
was
that.
there.
It's kind of anarchy. It wasn't well received by the men.
But then you got like second place or something.
Yeah, and still not well received at the
Right.
time. I didn't become friends with the guys till after the show.
Didn't you say you took your second choice and made them your third just to kind of protect them?
What
What do you mean?
Like, isn't that something?
January's like, what are you? What
Isn't
did you
that
tell me?
something people do to like not make them have to go to the ceremony? And
No, I mean I think it's maybe been
that's.
done. Listen, I
But
think
now people will just go tell them instead of making them. Do
it all changes. Look, I was pretty sure. I was by the end. Vanessa had a strong lead, so to speak, and it kind of, for me, it didn't personally matter. It's different every season, you know. Like Colton, you know, it was pretty much, he kind of admitted, well, it was always Cassie, and I think, you know, JoJo was torn. Ben told 2 women he loved them. I think he was authentically torn. It just changes every season. But yeah, I wasn't trying to. Position or anything like that. It was just more like, you know, I guess it doesn't matter too much. Obviously Rachel was gonna, you know, I think if I didn't pick Rachel, they were gonna ask her to be the Bachelorette, so it made that a little easier. But at the same time, if I was torn between Rachel and Vanessa, you know, that much towards the end, I would have. Then the producers wouldn't have made me send her home, and I would have just. There's a lot of pressure for the lead to like make it work, you know. There's all this pressure. When they asked me to be the Bachelor, I was sick to my stomach, just worried about who are they going to cast, because you want to work out, and it's like you don't get to pick.
Has there ever been a season where the lead doesn't fall in love with anyone?
Probably, probably half of them. I don't know, but there was one season the guy didn't pick one, and he became the only 2-time Bachelor.
Who?
What was his name?
This must have been before I started watching.
Yeah, probably. It was a while ago.
oh, I don't remember that.
He was a Bachelor. He like at the finale, he like sent. I didn't watch it in real time, but I've seen
both
clips.
of them home?
Sent both of them home. Other than Juan Pablo and Ari, was very hated at the time, because it was like that was back in the day. It wasn't as progressive as it is now. It was like, how could you waste this opportunity? It was just like, it was such a logical choice.
Right.
To like, hey, I'm not
Yeah, I'm not in love.
I'm not in love. So, but it wasn't well received, and then like 2 seasons later, they brought him back. to be the
remember.
Is
Bachelor.
it Brad Womack?
Brad Womack, yes. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me. And then like,
and is he the one that picked the blonde girl?
yeah, Emily.
Yeah. Oh, that's
and
the season I started watching when
Yes.
Emily got chosen.
So that was his second time.
Oh.
Yeah, I still think Hannah could be the Bachelorette again.
Yeah.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Not if she's nearing 30.
Oh.
I mean,
Zing.
sorry. I watched the show. I mean, everyone's like out of college.
They've gotten younger.
Literally,
and younger.
one like woman last night said, "I've been waiting for a man like this my whole life." She's 21. It's like, what?
Which means
have you
like what?
been?
She's been an adult for about a minute.
Is it because the stakes are higher when you're younger? They need that like.
Well, I try to put myself in that 21-year-old frame of mind, and I think I might have been engaged at 21 too, but it just doesn't. I think you put a lot of pressure on yourself, maybe.
Yeah.
But
Right?
it
Like
seems silly now
it's-
to think that.
well, we have perspective. Like
Right.
we've made some bad decisions. We've looked back and go, huh. And like when we were 19 or 20, 21, something happened. We thought it was the end of the world.
Right.
We thought we would die. We didn't. Then it happened again. We're like,
Right.
I probably won't die because I didn't
Yeah.
last time.
And then again, and then you realize you just avoided your first or second divorce. It's fine.
And then like you get older and then you're just kind of numb to everything. Nothing really bothers you. You become kind of this like robot and you're like, it's fine.
Aw,
You should be distraught. Yeah, I probably should be, but I'm broken on the inside.
oh my God, it's getting a little dark.
Yeah, maybe that's why they can't cast people. All right. Just be like, okay.
Yeah, it's fine. You want to go home? It's cool. Yeah, send me home.
What do you guys think of Hannah Ann stealing him so many times?
Well, I don't know how that works. It seems like it happens all the time, and it does. It works. It works for them.
It's interesting because historically Hannah Ann would be like the obvious villain, but she kind of she could be a demi. I'm a big fan of it. I like it. She's has a lot of energy. The Hannah Ann thing can get exhausting. It's like Hannah Ann. Is it Hannah Ann.
It's very southern, yeah.
Hannah Ann. Can I call you Ann or Hannah? H.
H.A. Ha.
H. Ha. I like her spunkiness. She's obviously
And he did too.
very
He kept
attractive.
saying, "I like the boldness. I
Yeah.
like the boldness."
Peter is into I don't want to say crazy, if if you are if you emote, Peter's into you a lot, and you have brown hair. I mean, I think Peter and I have a similar type.
He likes women who go for what they want.
Yeah, he likes big. He doesn't. He's not into demure. Right. So I think that's why I think it's going to be a great season in that regard, because if you require a lot of attention, Peter will give it to you, I think.
Yeah, he likes. Okay.
Would you agree?
Well, it's sort of different then. So he likes women who go for what they want, but he wants you to be needy. Or
I don't know if it's necessarily needy.
He wants to be a caregiver,
but it's different. Like going for what you want, but I think in that atmosphere, some of the contestants, men and women, they'll clam up. You know, they could have a bigger personality in life, and they go there and they kind of clam up and don't really show their personality. And some people, when they get nervous, will just be very big personalities.
Right.
And I think Peter,
like that one girl you chose on Bachelor in Paradise, the
brunette, I didn't choose. She would be the one who would clam up. Right. Yeah. Very. Jen is very talkative and personable, and then on the show she would be
silly
pretty
or
quiet.
Whatever. Yeah.
Your historical references.
Yeah, she's got it all down.
Oh yeah.
No, I like that. I think Hannah Ann's gonna go far, and I think she'll rub some women the wrong way, but I don't think she'll be like a villain at the end.
No, I don't think there was a villain that I saw. I mean, when the one girl sat her down and was like, that really bothered me, and she's like, well, I don't know what to tell you. Like, she wasn't a bitch about it.
It's kind of the new playbook. Kenna Demi kind of started that a little bit, where it's kind of like, well, sorry, not sorry. Yeah, Kelly did that too. I don't know what you want me to say. Yeah. Oh, the cheating. Yeah. I love how the women made such a big deal about this cheating on the obstacle course. Like, the rules of this obstacle course they made up 4 minutes before they did it. Right.
Also, how are you supposed to know those cones were all over the place?
Yeah. She's
just like go towards the finish line. Like, I'm sorry, what do you want me to do? I'm riding a stupid children's bike. Like,
I could totally picture you doing that.
Oh my God, I would have just got off the bike and ran.
Yeah. And they wouldn't have been mad, and you'd just been like, I don't.
Like, it's a game show, people. Like,
Take off your nose.
Oh, that was so perfect. You would have literally have done that. It's a game show, people.
I would be the villain for sure.
Oh my God. They would love you for it though.
Yeah.
They would. It's a different now. It's like people
let's
appreciate
take a vote for having me on the show with a prosthetic nose. Or ears, I'll do whatever. Just like really big ears or something.
Just oversized.
I'll put on a brunette wig and
you'd still win with oversized ears, I think.
I mean, I would win America's heart. I might not win the man, but we'll see.
That's all that really matters.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Any other final thoughts or predictions before we let you go?
I don't think so. I don't know why I have a feeling that Hannah Brown something happens. Maybe we'll have to wait till the end to see what happens there.
I mean, I honestly didn't think of that.
Do you know?
I am actually surprised I haven't found out. I've heard, and I haven't heard Peter say that, but someone told me, and maybe I don't know if you've heard this, but in his press tour, he's saying like no one's gonna be able to spoil this.
No one will guess. Yeah.
That's to me that's a wild statement, because
maybe I just did.
Maybe you did.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Because like Peter could not tell anyone, right? I've seen Peter after the show. He didn't tell me. He didn't tell me anything. He was very like close.
Maybe it's nobody.
Could be. He didn't.
Didn't he say that he's in love or something?
He might have. He was deliberately, even with me, like you could tell he didn't want to say anything. And other leads in the past have been like, well, I can tell you, right? And I'm like, I don't really care. So he's not saying anything, right? But like even the crew, like when you hear about spoilers, like in the finale, right? When you're the Bachelor proposing, it seems like there's not a lot of people there, but there's literally hundreds of people watching.
Yeah, the whole
right?
crew.
They have family and friends. So like to say no one is going to like leak it somewhere is a bold statement by Peter. And so that makes me curious.
Yeah, Reality Steve, who notoriously spoils all seasons. Has no idea.
So that intrigues me. And so I never thought about the Hannah Brown.
So does the crew not even know? So it must have ended.
The fact that he's saying that really intrigues me, because how could they ensure no one would find out is fascinating.
So the way it ended must be different than how it is now.
Maybe. Because like I said, Peter could not tell a soul, and who, if he, let's say he picked someone, could not tell a soul, that doesn't mean it's not going to get out.
Sure.
Right? Like, because then like you tell like, what do you don't tell your family? Sure. Even if, let's say you didn't tell your family, there's still no way to guarantee no one's going to find out. So it's fascinating that if he's really adamant about this, what does that mean? Makes me curious.
Well, what about the season, the one that she became the Bachelorette? What's her name? The brown hair girl.
The season where she became the Bachelorette.
Right, that one. She
the brown haired one.
She got picked.
Caitlin
Ari
Bristow?
picked her.
Oh yeah,
And
Becca.
then
Yes,
Becca.
okay.
Becca. Ari picked her, and so everyone thought, or she did win. But then by the end, when we watched it as an
Oh, yeah.
audience, it wasn't her.
Well, it's funny because when that happened, when I
Did you know that, or did any of the crew know that he flip flopped?
no, well, because how that went down is a producer who was producing then the EP then, he wrote a book and he had a book reading, and I went to support him, and Ari was the bachelor, so he just got done filming, so I saw Ari there, and he was telling me things and just like vague things, but he was still with Becca then, so he's like, no, I really struggled to, because he asked me, he's like, did you, like, when you ended up with Vanessa, like, was it hard? I was like, yeah, I kind of knew by then. He's like, yeah, well, I didn't,
Oh,
and
no.
so, and then I started hearing from other people, so he was with Becca then, and so he changed his, like, I didn't see him, and then he like changed his mind, and they had to shoot all that, so, in that sense, kind of like with Colton, or
Yeah.
some of these other seasons, the show, or Hannah with Jed, like the shows, in theory, they've wrapped, but they haven't really wrapped. Like,
What's the time gap from when it wraps to when?
it's different on The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. So there's a longer gap on The Bachelor because they'll wrap around Thanksgiving, right? And so it doesn't start airing until January. On The Bachelorette, they'll wrap, and the premiere is like a week later. There's
Really?
yeah, it's a quick turnaround. So there's more of a gap. So in theory, whatever Peter's doing with his life, if he picks someone, whatever she's doing, Hannah Brown, a runner-up, in theory, this is all still kind of organic and going.
So it's so tough for the Bachelor then, because it's like he wraps over the holidays.
The
happens over the holidays.
The hardest part about, and Ben told this to me, and I was like, yeah, it can't be that bad. I've said this to Peter and other leads. The hardest part, you think like filming is really hard, and it is. It's assuming you're in a relationship, right? Mm-hmm. Assuming you pick someone, then you wrap. That is really hard because you can't really see them. You see them every 2 weeks, but when you see them, they put you in this nice house for 4 days. You can't go anywhere. So it's like you just like
forced to be with.
You're forced to be with them. You can't leave. So you just watch a lot of movies and hook up. But then it's just like you literally can't go anywhere. You make food. It's just you get stir crazy, and then you start questioning like, am I already sick of you?
Yeah.
And then
It's like a horror
that's setting
film.
you up for disaster.
Oh no, it's totally setting up for your disaster. And then you start hearing reports and like all the other girls, right, who didn't get picked, they're kind of bonding over the fact they didn't get picked. And even if the person who got picked is friends with some of the other girls, you feel like a bit of an outsider. You can't really talk to anyone about like what's going on because you're sworn to secrecy. And then it starts airing, right? And then that's a whole nother thing.
And then you see all that stuff.
By the time you get to the finale, it's man, it's
like if
tough.
you like each other, it's a major feat.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
But then you can talk to each other before Bachelor in Paradise, though.
Bachelor in Paradise are way more lax because there's like two or three
Everyone's just like
couples.
texting.
Everyone's texting. Everyone knows each other. There's no like, it's a lot different. It's way more chill.
But that's why people in those situations stay together, maybe.
I think so. Well, also there's also just spending way more time together.
Right.
They're hanging out at a beach all day, every day.
Right.
I mean,
It's like camp.
yeah. And I never added it up, but I probably spent 50 hours with Vanessa before I got engaged to her. If you add up the hours,
Wow.
it's, it's not a lot. It's pretty wild. You get engaged on the premise of, I definitely know I like you.
Right.
I hope you are this person.
Right.
Yeah.
And let's try to get to know each other. So
I saw some comments that like the people of color were all sitting together, like it felt a little like segregated, and like
I
that
didn't
there was
notice that. But that did
On
remind me.
Paradise?
on this episode of Bachelor.
Biggest,
Oh, really?
My biggest surprise, and a good question, thank you for reminding me. Marissa, she went home night one. The another beauty pageant girl, Miss Montana, She had the story about gaining weight and then
Oh, yeah.
total babe. She seems like she has a nice story. I
So
don't know.
why'd they tease her with us?
Peter gave her they did a handshake. You know,
Oh, yeah.
Peter's like, also
And he got rid of her?
he got rid of her. I was
Are
like,
you sure?
yes, I was a little. That was my biggest upset of the night. Yeah, if I have a big upset of the night was sending Marissa.
I didn't even put together that she did leave.
Yeah, she went home. Well, there's so much that goes on in the first night.
Who would
Yeah.
have you given your rose
Wait,
to?
did the girl in the baggage go home?
Good question. I don't know.
I don't remember who that was.
Oh yeah, so we're gonna do a little thing. If who would have been your first impression rose, and who would have been like we're gonna redecide who we give roses to. Like Peter's decision was Hannah Ann and Kelly.
For first date?
So first impression rose, who would you giving your first impression rose to? And
Who
could
would
pick
I? If I was a lesbian?
Sure, or yeah, if you were a
Um,
lesbian, we'll go with that.
Or if I was Peter, like I need to have context. Okay.
What's my motivation?
Because it would be very different. I think I would shut up. I think Alea, if I was a lesbian. And if I was
I'm
Peter, I would stick with Hannah Ann.
Okay.
It's good choices.
I mean, great choices. Alea would have been definitely up there for me. In terms of her entrance was
Yeah.
First.
Flawless.
Also, they gave her the first. I mean, I don't know if that's how
That-
they shot it.
that absolutely matters.
Yeah.
And
For
well, that's the thing
sure.
is, she may have actually come out first. It doesn't mean she came out first. Regardless, the fact that she was the first
Showed her
out of the limo
first.
is important.
Right.
To some degree, it just means it would be shocking if she's not a character this
Right.
season. Jade M. I don't remember really.
Who's that?
She's a flight attendant, but
There's a lot of them.
yeah, that's just great producing.
That was funny.
Alea, I would have. They didn't show a lot of Lauren. That jumpsuit, the sparkle. I mean,
Oh yeah, you were into that.
Oh, I wore a sparkly jumpsuit over Christmas too. It was a big hit.
yeah.
Is that the first jumpsuit ever, you think? On a night one?
Surprisingly, I don't remember seeing a lot.
No, I would have showed up in a tux or something. Just gotta like switch it up.
I might have given it to her for the first impression rose.
Her?
Oh, no,
Lauren?
no, not Lauren. Her, just for the
Yeah.
jumpsuit. But they didn't really show a lot of
Wait,
conversation.
was she the one that she's the bikini waxer?
No,
Oh, I liked her.
I liked her too.
Yeah, she was cool.
Spunky. That was the girl in the car.
You know who Madison reminds me of is your third pick.
You mean Raven? The second
Raven.
pick? She has a
Second
Raven vibe to her.
Virgin.
Yeah.
Um,
Is she a virgin?
I don't know. She seems like one.
One of them is. Oh, that's right.
so judgy, Rochelle.
That's not judgy. I just.
No, she seems like one.
No, she does.
I mean, it wouldn't blow my mind.
She's got like Bible verses on her Instagram.
Oh, and then they teased us with that. Like, you waited this long to tell him you're a virgin? Oh, it's probably Madison.
Oh.
Oh,
You
yeah.
said that? Or
It
the
was
girl
in the
said that?
teaser. It was in the teaser clip. Like, oh my, I can't believe you waited this long.
I don't believe anything in the teaser. I think. What's is this? Who's this?
This
Sarah.
is
Savannah?
No,
Sarah
Sa-
C.
Huge disappointment.
Wait,
I
go
mean,
back to
she's
her?
clearly
Her?
stunning in this photo, and then like nothing.
Yeah.
I don't remember her.
Exactly. I'm disappointed. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's not a reflection of her. She might be just too normal. But I was bummed because I thought she might be a big character. But I think we're gonna see a lot of Victoria F. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Did you?
Oh yeah. I think
You
she's gonna.
think
I think she's gonna be.
She's
fun
gonna
to
be the
watch.
ticking time bomb, huh?
Yeah, she's gonna rub some people the wrong way for sure.
Good.
I think she's just so used to being the queen bee in her world, and I think she is not used to competing with other women for men's attention.
Really?
Yes, that's my
She
gut.
seems overconfident or something.
Yes, and I think this is just gonna blow her mind, but she's gonna definitely get Peter's attention. She's just like you. Even when she came out of limo, she was just like whatever. She's just the way she was talking to him. She was just so used to getting guys to just
It was more her disappointment that he didn't remember her.
yeah, what she's not used to. I think yeah, she's gonna be a great character. I'm a fan in terms of drama.
Yeah, you always just have to assume men don't remember what you say. It's just like rule number one.
See, this is more perspective January.
In my
21-year-old January would have been like, what the fuck? I'm speaking.
That's not true. That's not true. I've gained confidence over time, but I still know that men don't hear you unless you lower your register.
Oh, really?
Sound like a man. Group date, Rose.
Kelly got it.
Yeah.
I mean, no, you have to give it to Kelly. It was a great choice because right when everyone's
they did
freaking
it at
out.
that same hotel.
Yeah. I loved how she's like, none of the women know this is where I met Peter. Peter's like, don't worry, I'll tell them.
Did you tell him?
No, he was, in his like speech, he's like, this is someone who's really put themselves out there and given it their all. Meanwhile, all the other women like, she fucking cheated. And then
It
he's
is
like,
kinda-
this is the first place we had our first spark.
Oh, and then she didn't even remember it. One of the other girls is like, yeah, he said it's spark.
She's like, oh, he said?
Oh,
And then
I
I
don't
loved her
remember-
response. She was
I don't
kinda like-
remember that.
She just kind of like, it's like, oh, I guess I'm more awesome than I even realized.
Yeah.
Um,
And also her hesitancy to be on the show is kind of charming.
I don't know if I totally buy
Believe
it,
that?
but she seems great. I'm a
She's
fan
like, I
of
took
Kelly.
it as
She
a
seems great.
sign. Well, because she was already signed up to be on The Bachelorette or The Bachelor.
Yeah.
And then she's like thinking about it. And then she saw him in a lobby and was like right next to his house.
Sure.
And then she
no, I
like,
follow
it's a
the
sign.
I follow the story, but I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be a total lie for every contestant who has an opportunity to go on to be able to say without lying, I wasn't sure if I was going to go, because it's an insane thing,
Oh, right.
right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah.
like you're like, oh, should I do this? Should I? Oh, this. Am I going to ruin my life? I don't know, right? Like so. I mean, I'm guessing, and just going to throw it out there. Had she not met Peter, she still would have been on the show. It's
Yeah.
no way to prove it. And I don't want you to call Kelly a liar.
You're right.
But my guess is it's just a nice story. But it's great for the show. And I'm glad they met. And I'm glad they kept her on. And she's doing really well. So I'm rooting for you, Kelly.
Rooting for you guys.
Keep pissing them off.
Between the putting Hannah on the pool table, putting Kelly on that bar, I like the way he moves.
Peter's got moves.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not.
I know. If we have to hear about the 4 orgasms again,
Oh,
I'm gonna die
please.
at least. Oh, you will at least.
100 times.
You're going to hear it for at least 3 more episodes. And then they'll pause. And then come Fantasy
Yeah.
Suite,
Bring it back.
they'll bring it back.
Yeah.
Spinning Out. Tell us a little bit about Spinning Out, January.
Let's bring it back around.
Yeah.
It's
It's great. You guys should check it out.
it's-
I'm into it.
you probably watch more episodes than me. How far?
I
just started
I
airing.
just started the second episode.
Oh, okay.
I know what I'm going to watch today.
If you've seen, like growing up, do you remember the movie The Cutting Edge?
Of course.
Yes.
Great movie.
Yes.
I'm not ashamed to say I'm into a good like ice skating drama
Romance.
world of like the competitive
There's
edge.
there's a romance. There's bipolar depression, which is super fun, and then a lot of ice skating.
And you play.
I played the
mom.
mother of 2 former figure skater who gave up her dreams when she had her kids, and now both her daughters are competitive figure skaters, and the older one has bipolar disorder as well. And
Does your character, is that revealed yet that you have? Because you're
Yes.
you're kind of a little mean at first. in the first
she's
episode.
suffering. Okay, Nick. She has a lot of issues. She's off and on her meds throughout the season, and it goes up and down a lot. Sometimes I'm not mean.
Did you get to?
It's just I learned a lot about skating moms
Yeah.
by researching the show, and it's no joke. Like the competitiveness is real.
Did you get to ice skate while filming?
They did not let me ice skate. I had a couple
Aw.
flashback scenes, and they had me on a rig on the ice, and I just did the arm movements, and then some guys in ice skates pushed me on a rig.
I remember you were filming. You sent me some of the photos, and I was just like, "All right, I hope. Do we get to see January
Yeah.
ice skating?"
No, it looks like I am. And then I have a skating double, and then we did face replacement on them, which was incredible.
wow.
It's like I never really have to be at work ever again. Then you just take your face,
Seriously.
Are you
put it on
really?
people's bodies. Yeah, it's amazing.
How many times did you say toe pick when you were filming?
Toe pick?
You know, on the
Not
cutting
once.
edge. Not once.
No.
Oh,
I had to say
okay,
all
fine.
kinds, like triple toe, all kinds of stuff, like other jargon, but I didn't.
If you ran into like a professional figure skater, you could just talk all night about.
We had them on set all day long, like
Oh,
Olympic
just-
champions. So Johnny
Oh, that's
Weir is
so
in the show.
cool.
Oh yeah, Johnny Weir. I'm familiar. Yeah.
Do you have empathy for the parents of that, or do you think it's crazy what they're doing to their kids?
I think any parents or like stage moms or parents of kids who are in competitive sports can get a little out of hand.
Yeah.
And in this case, the mental disorder comes into it a lot for the mom and the oldest daughter, especially for myself and Kat. Yeah.
Wow.
I have empathy for people with mental disorder, but I'm not sure a crazy parent is. I mean, we all have our moments. But.
Well, check it out. It's on Netflix. You can stream it now.
Also,
Very
Politician.
bingeable.
Oh yeah, the politicians.
You're so good in that.
Thank you.
I love
You're
that show.
wait, you're in the Politician. What episode? I started watching it.
I come in episode 4, I think 3 or 4.
Well, no, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, both on Netflix.
Well, January is killing the Netflix game. Check it out.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to plug while you're here?
Myself, just like me being awesome.
Follow January Jones on Netflix. She's awesome. She's a good Instagram follow.
Really?
And a good friend.
And a great friend.
Oh.
All right. Well, January, thanks so much
Thanks
for
for
doing
having
this. This has been a lot of fun. We appreciate it.
I'm excited for the season.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow for Gabby Hanna. Don't forget to give us your 5 stars if you want, and send your questions at asknick@castmedia.com. Cast with a K. Have a good day. See you tomorrow.